In today's video, we will enlighten you in catfish farming, in the production system, their management system, their control, the control of pests and disease in the organic way, how to give them feed supplements, the feed that catfish eat to promote their health and their growth. And today I will have with me Mr. Awaligi, a product of Kwadaso Agricultural College and alumni of the Kwadaso Agricultural College, to give us more insight in catfish production. Good day, Awaligi.
Good day, my boss.
I hope you are doing very well.
I'm doing very well.
Okay, so on our channel we promote youth in agriculture, and since we are all youth, we would like to know the reason why you chose a certain career path in agriculture. We know that you are into catfish farming, you do a whole lot of farming activities. Why catfish?
Thank you, my boss. I go into catfish farming because it started from back out of my SS.
Okay.
I completed Bologatanga Senior High School.
Okay.
Although I was doing general arts, but they constructed a fish pond. I visited the fish pond, the way the fish were playing with the water and the way they were swimming. I see to it that, why didn't I do agric, but rather doing general arts? But I thought otherwise that it's not too late. As far as I was born into agric, I can promote myself. So I came and I explained everything to my uncle. My uncle too agreed to me. We started planning how to construct a fish pond with the help of our extension officers. We constructed the first fish pond. We started with tilapia, and we see to it that it was helpful. So we consulted our extension officer that now we are into tilapia fish farming.
Yeah.
Can we go into catfish?
Okay.
And she said yes. If so, then we should mobilize ourselves in terms of financial problems. So we managed to get some amount of money, and we constructed a big fish pond which was 40 by 60 feet
Okay.
diameter.
Okay.
So we started with 5,000, which we harvested it, and we stocked 6,000.
Wow.
It started that way, and today I'm into catfish and tilapia farming as I speak now.
Wow. So as you can see, our lady started way back in the SHS. He just thought of, I'm a general art student, and looking at how the fishes are swimming in the water, I just want to go into agriculture. So he just came into the agri college, and no agri college but Kwadaso Agricultural College. He came here and he built his career whilst he was here, but he started way back in the house. Okay, Mr. Awaligi, on this channel we promote youth in agriculture. Some of the youth have some little amount of money that they want to venture into agriculture, because agriculture is the new way, is the new era, is the new investment side that if we invest money there, in fact your money will never go waste. You will get the money back. How much do you think, as a young farmer that I want to venture into agriculture, how much should I start with? Let me start from that point. How much?
Actually, we the youth nowadays, we don't understand the word agri. Agri is not by starting to climb the ladder at the toppest part, but rather we started at
From the
bottom.
basics. Okay.
So fish farming per se is not like getting a huge amount of money,
Okay.
but rather is the way you plant.
Wow.
You see that white containers that the machine are been using, you
Yeah,
can start
that is the
with that.
ICU tanks.
Yes, you can start with that, and you, as time goes on, if you get into it and you are expecting it, you then expand your business. So
Okay.
with what I am saying, if you have 1,000 Ghana cedis, you can start with it, and you can stock, feed them to harvesting. And I
Okay.
bet you, if you manage it well, you get profit in it.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, so as you can hear, you can just hear what our brother is just saying over here. He's saying that you can use 1,000 Ghana cedis, even 500 Ghana cedis, to start the catfish production. Now, apart from ICU, I've been seeing people also using this drum, the blue drum, which will like we will show people like that kind of drum. And Mr. Waligi, fine, I've gotten my money. I want to start a catfish production. I want to start a catfish. Apart from the money, because if I'm having the money, I'm having the money, I'm having the ICU tank, or I'm having what you are sitting beside right now, the tarpaulin tank, or any other means. That is, if you don't have a land.
Okay.
In agriculture, it's not about the land, especially in catfish production, it's not about the land. That's what I've been here. It's not about the land. As you can see over here, this is a very small land which we've established the catfish here right now. As like a typical catfish pond or the ICU tank, we are youth. We want to enter into the catfish production. What do we need apart from the money? What else do we need in terms of the establishment? You say I heard they said we have the inlet, you have the outlet, you have the even they said you should even have a specific type of water. Like, what do you need? Before you even, can you give us a brief? I mean how to start from the tank to the water to the systems. How many types of systems do we even have? We can see a certain net here. Why is it here?
Okay.
Can you? We want you to throw more light on that part.
Okay. I'll start with the tank. If you get your tank, it's not that if you get your tank, you have finished. But you have to make sure that where you want to put the tank, there is availability of water.
Okay.
And not water per se, but a quality water. Okay. You have to get a water that is quality. Because fish is like we human beings. The more the quality of the water, the faster they grow.
Oh wow.
So if you get your poly tank and you get your availability of water, whereby the water is so quality, then you have to make sure that before you stock in the fish, you have to get 50% of your feed. Sometimes somebody will ask why. It's not like you don't have the money. Sometimes you have the money, but to get the feed is the problem.
Wow.
So you make sure that you get 50% of your feed, not 50% of your feed money, but rather you have to acquire the feed, and you know that I've gotten the feed before you go into the fingerless, before you stock it. And before you can stock it, you have to make sure that the tank that you're going to use should have inlet and outlet. The outlet is in such a way that whenever the water is dirty, you open the outlet
So the dirty water will
to
go out.
make sure that the water will flow out, and you restore a new quality water
Through the inlet.
through the inlet.
So if I understand you, Mr. Waligi is trying to say that in the pond setup, you should get an inlet. No, you should get a quality water, an inlet and an outlet system. The inlet is the one that is pumping water into the pond, the quality water into the pond, and the outlet is the one that is taking the dirty water or the turbid water that will cause harm to the fishes into the pond. Please continue for us.
And again, you have to make sure that you feed them according to the time recommended.
Wow.
And with that, I would say if you have any challenges or if you want to set up a fish pond, that's why we are here, and we are into it that want to build up the youth, because unemployment nowadays is so high in such a way that people find it very difficult to earn a living. So therefore, we are here to help those that have some amount of money and would like to go into fish farming to consult us. With the help of the knowledge that we have, we'll build up Ghana as a whole.
Wow. I don't know whether if I was in the primary school or the upper primary, I would say clap for him. Wow, this is a thumbs up. Okay, Mr. Waligi, my next question will be in the management system. Now, I've gotten my money, I've bought my ICU tank. I don't have a big land. I don't have a muddy land or a land that's have water already. I don't have that all these resources. Now you are telling us that we can even get a tank and good quality water to start. Now we will stock. We will just put the water in it. And what are the next thing? I have something we call stocking. So we would like to talk about stocking even the type of fishes, fine, it's catfish, but they say it's not any fish. You can't just go anywhere and go and get any fish. You get a certain type of fish, and I mean the quality of the fish too should count
Yeah.
in that kind of practice that you are going into. And you also said about 50% feed,
Yes.
so that you yourself you will be okay with whatever you are doing. Can you tell us about the practice? Okay, fine. If you put the catfish in it, is that all? Apart from, can we put the fishes inside and is that all? We are not going to feed them again. Let's emphasize on the pond. I mean not the tarpaulin tanks and the ICU tanks. Let's emphasize on what are the management practices.
Okay.
As human beings fall sick, animals also fall sick. Fall sick. In catfish fall sick. If yes, what makes them fall sick?
Okay. Thank you. Before I will go into what you just said, let me start from you storing the water into the tank. But before then, you have to make sure you fertilize the water.
Okay. So even in, I had a fertilization that is in the earthen pond.
Yeah.
Is fertilization also in this the ICU tanks?
Actually, fertilization take place, but in the ITU tank, it's not into deeper like the fish pond.
Okay.
So before you can stock into your
So let's focus on the ICU tanks.
Okay. Before you get your oil tank and you get your water being filled, you then go for your finger leaves. And buying finger leaves not just like everybody that is producing finger leaves that you buy. You make sure that you buy your finger leaves on a recommended quality finger leaves producer.
Wow.
Because the type of finger leaves you are buying will tell you the grade at which they grow. So before you can go into a finger leaves, you make sure you go for a recommended quality producer finger leaves. And if you acquire your finger leaves and you come, let's say you are into catfish production. When you go, they will put the finger leaves in a gallon with water. When you get to your fish pond, the water that is inside the gallon and the water that is inside your fish pond, the temperature is different. And fish pond, fish like catfish, they also determine the temperature at which they live. So if you are to stock them inside, first one, you make sure that you lower the gallon into the fish pond.
That is the stocking.
Yes, please. You make sure that some of the water from the fish pond enter inside the gallon and you stay for a while. And you make sure that that water has mixed with the water that is inside the gallon to neutralize the temperature of the water. And you make sure that they are now okay and cool with the temperature that has been changed. Then you then leave them on the water. They themselves will swim towards the fish pond. And sometimes too, somebody would like to add some of the fish pond water inside the gallon before stocking it. But with that, if you are not into an expert, you pouring the water inside can cause deformity to the fish, to the fingernail. So the best way is that you lower the gallon inside the fish pond. You make sure that some of the fish pond water enter the gallon for some while. You see that they will now be okay with the temperature and they will then swim into the fish pond. And after stocking, first day of stocking, we don't feed the finger leaves.
Oh, okay.
You feed them the next day.
Okay, so does it mean that when you are taking the fingerlings from the producer, should the producer feed the fingerlings before you bring them, or you should just take them while they are hungry there and bring them to your pond?
Thank you. Before you go for finger leaves, that finger leaves that you are taking them from the producer is not supposed to be feed.
Okay.
And to those that are known and they have the knowledge about it, they will not feed before giving you the finger leaves.
Okay.
But to be sure of whatever you are doing in your field, if you go, you have to make sure and ask and you know that whether did the producer feed them or not. If they feed them, then that day you can't bring your finger leaves.
Oh, okay.
So you make sure that that finger leaves is not feed. And if you bring them and stock to that day, you not feed them. You feed them the next day.
Okay.
And the after feeding them the next day,
Some will choose to feed them 3 times a day. Some will choose to feed them 2 times a day, depending on how you feed them. And every 4 days, some fish pond, every 4 days, you see that the water will be dirty. You make sure that you change the water. The water quality also count the rate at which they grow. Okay. And the water quality can also improve their health status. Okay. A situation whereby you make the water so dirty can cause damage to the fish by giving them diseases. Okay. One of the disease is fin rot. Okay. It is caused by some bacteria when the water is too dirty. Okay. So it's not always advisable to let the water become dirty before you change the water.
Wow, 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 wow. So, well, I'm really enjoying the whatever Mr. Waligi is saying here. I'm really enjoying it. So, to chip in this, and the water, you shouldn't to even detect that no, there is a problem. When you're getting closer to your point, you see that it should be giving you a certain pungent smell. When you see that this water is giving a pungent smell, you know that there may be a problem. And you should make sure that every 4 to 5 days you change the water by opening the outlets and opening the inlets, so that once the dirty water is going out, the clean water will also be coming in. But Mr. Waligi, I heard some fish farmers too, what they do is that they disinfect the tank to prevent the disease. They disinfect the tank before they even pour the water in, before they even do stocking. How true is it?
Okay, with that, we have so many ways of disinfecting the tank. And even if you are into fish farming, whereby your water is coming from Ghana company water, with that, you have to get a poly tank. Okay. Whereby when you pump the water, you have to store the water for 24 hours to make sure that the water settles. Okay. The water, whenever you are pumping the water produces some gases, which is causes negative harm, effect to the fish. Okay. So if you allow the water to settle for 24 hours, all that gas always evaporate. Okay. And the water is now neutral. Okay. Before you pump into the fish pond.
Thank you very much. So in terms of disinfecting the tank, you can get disinfectants to wash the whole tank. You can also use salt to disinfect the whole tank before you even put the water inside and even stock your fishes inside. Let's move on to the diseases. Now, I did do my management practices for my fishes have now acquired some diseases. Can you teach us some ways and some organic ways we can use? I heard people are saying that we can use bitter leaf, yeah, to treat. How is it done?
Okay, with the bitter leaves, when you detect that there is infection in the fish pond, it can be overfeeding or dirtiness of water. Okay. Or all sort of things. Okay. With that, you get your bitter leaves, you grind it, and you mash it in the water. You sieve it, then you use that water to neutralize the fish pond. In that way, but before then, sometimes you look at the quantity of water comparing to the quantity of the bitter leaves that you have sieved. When the water is so much, then you reduce the water quantity, then you pour the bitter leaves inside to neutralize the water. With that can also cure the effect that the fish is going through.
Okay, so thank you very much. Mr. Waligi is saying that when your catfish acquire some disease, I mean they have been affected by some diseases, what you can do is that you should extract the water in bitter leaf and put it in the water in which the fishes are in, by reducing the volume of the water and putting the bitter leaf extract into the fishes. Thank you, Mr. Waligi. So we will put Mr. Waligi's contact below our screen for you to pick it up if you want to start catfish farming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Thank you. We want to talk about the feeding in catfish. This is called the pelleted feed. As you give me right now. So this is the pelleted feed. I mean the main feed for catfish. Is it only this fish, this feed?
No,
But what?
we have powder feed, we have mashed feed, and the pelleted feed.
Okay. Do we have? Okay. Do we have other means like supplements? We have duck weed.
Oh, we have a lot of weeds that even sometimes we do grow it inside the fish pond,
Okay.
which serve as a supplement,
Okay.
and it's always good for the catfish.
Okay.
So if you grow that kind of weeds, whilst the weeds are growing, the weeds serve as a fertilizer to the pond, and as well it forms shade to prevent predators getting access to the fishes, and at the same time it serves as feed
For the fishes.
for the fishes.
Okay. We can see a certain net here. Why? Why is this net here?
Yeah, it's not only the nest, but you can see that it has been fenced.
Okay. So
First, let me talk about the fencing. Fencing is serve as a security. It prevents theft. People will not get access into your fish pond.
okay.
Predators will not get access into your fish pond. So the net, the fencing net that you have seen here, serves security and safety of the fishes, and it will prevent disturbance from the fish. And you see that we have put net on top of it.
Yeah.
The net on top, one, it serves as a shade to the fishes. It also reduces evaporation, and as well as it prevents birds from getting into the fish pond to
Finish on it
finish
because
all the
one bird, a
fingerlings.
bird like hawk can come in and finish
all
and
the fish.
birds like ducks can also come in and finish all the fishes just
Yeah.
one time. Okay, so I'm about to feed the fishes for you to appreciate whatever we are talking about. Then the method of feeding I'm going to do right now is called the broadcasting method. So you just take the feed and you spread it on the surface of the pond. So this was done for you to appreciate whatever we said in today's video, so that you can just pick up the contact on the screen, call them for them to give you guidelines. If you want to start, you have as low as 500 Ghana cedis, 1,000 Ghana cedis, 3,000, 2,000, 10,000, and you want to start with catfish production. In fact, what you need is a small land, your source of water, and the tank, and you are good to go. These people will give you the guidelines where you should even get the fish. They'll give you day-to-day training for you to be, if you're a very big farmer, the dream farmer you want to be, to grow to a certain standard. Thank you.